Today we are going to create the Tap the Tiles game using Thunkable website. You little ones will love this game very much. First, we need to design the app. First, click the rename button in front of the screen 1 in the section that shows the properties of the screen called screen 1 and rename this screen as Screen Gaming. I am typing Screen Gaming here. OK. Next, I need to add a row to this screen. I drag a row under the layout of Add Components into the screen like this. Next is to change the properties of this row as we want. First of all, click the Rename button in front of the name of row 1 in Properties and rename this row as Row Dashboard. I am typing Row Dashboard here. White color is given for the background color of the row. And here let's select Space Around for horizontal alignment. Next, let's add a label and a button to this row. I again drag a label under the user interface of Add Components here. This button is renamed as Label Miscount. Let's give 0 for the text here. Let's give white color as the text color. Next, give the absolute size for the height of the label and remove the Fit Contents section in the box below it and type 30 here. Here, the height of the label is adjusted so that it is 70% of the height of the row. In this way, select relative size for width and give 40 here. Next, you need to change the background color of the label. Click the box below the background color and enter hashtag FF7B54 as the code for the color. Also, let's select Center for Text Align here. Border settings are at the bottom. Let's give width as 1 and radius as 75, and let's give the border style as solid. Next, you need to add a button to the right side of this label. I again drag a button under the user interface of Add Components like this. The button was added to the left side of the label, right? Now we know how to get this button where we want. Let's drag button 1 down from label Miscount like this in the box showing components. OK. Now it is necessary to change the properties of this button as before. I rename this button as Button Type. Here the text is removed and the text color is set to white. Next, give relative size for the height of the button and remove the Fit Contents section in the box below it and type 30 here. In the same way, select relative size for width and give 40 here. Next, we need to add a background color to the button. Let's click the box below the background color and type the code for the background color here. I type as hashtag FF7B54. Here, now let's adjust the border settings. I give the border radius as 75. OK. Now we have finished adding components in the row. Next, we need to add a canvas below the row. I drag a canvas under the user interface of Add Components into the Screen Gaming like this. Now you can see that the canvas is added above the row. We need to add this canvas below the row. First, click the arrow in front of the row dashboard in the box showing components and minimize this row. Now, in this way, you can drag the canvas up from the row. OK. Now stage 1 under canvas 1 and sprite type 1 under it are entered like this. You may see that there is a sprite called sprite 1 in sprite type 1. OK, first I select stage 1 and change the properties here as we need. Here, click on the box below the background color and give the code for the background color as hash FF787B54. Let's type the code as hashtag FF7B54 as for the frame color as well. OK, next is to add sprites. First, select sprite type 1 and rename it as sprite type tile from the properties. Next, to add images to this sprite type, click on the box below the picture list and select tile1.png. Now, click the Add button. In this way, you need to add another image. I click again on the box below Add Picture and select tile2.png. Now, click the Add button. We do not need to add sprites while designing this game. Sprites are added when creating the code. Therefore, select sprite 1 under sprite type tile and click the delete button in front of it. OK, now we have removed this sprite.